I saw the commercial for the Amazon Key, and then now everyone's asking me about it. So I just want to make this video to explain something. As a business standpoint, is it really that bad of an idea? Not really. The Amazon Key is for a certain group of people. It's not for everyone, especially not for most people. I don't think. If Amazon was trying to sell this to everyone, it's gonna fail because privacy is a really important thing, and I know people are chipping away at their privacies more and more, especially when it's online. But when it comes to people coming into your house, especially when you're not there, people are very careful about that. At least they still are. Maybe not the younger generations, but the older generations won't be okay with this at all. And it's important that people are kind of afraid of this. Like, we don't live. I mean, if you live in the U.S. anyways, you don't live in an environment which is like, oh, everyone's friendly. You can't open your doors for anybody. Even if there's a camera there, they're going to take your stuff. There's always a way to do it. And the worst part about this commercial, I would say, is when they let the cleaning people inside. Like, yeah, that's never a good idea. If there's not someone to watch a group of random cleaning people, they're going to take your stuff. You're gonna come home and stuff is missing. Like, especially if they know you're not there, the incentive is just immense. Like, I've gone to hotel rooms where I've had my stuff disappear. And I know it had to have been the hotel staff. It's scary letting people into your own house. I don't know what Amazon is thinking. Like, this is only going to be good for letting your friends into the house, and I think that's pretty much it. Like, anyone that you know is coming, they can come in. But this seems to be only good for people that are approved to come in, like UPS people or Amazon like people. And in the end, that's not going to be necessarily a good idea. You don't want strange people like that coming into your house, and you don't want to even have something that allows strange people to come into your house like that. Um, this device has potential to be hacked, I would say, but also tampered with. Like, governments can come into your house. Like, do you want that shit? Like, no one wants that. I have no idea what Amazon is thinking with this. Like, it's not for the general consumer. It's for a specific group of people that maybe don't care to let random people walk into their house. Maybe they don't own much of anything, or they don't care if someone steals it from them. So that's who this is for. But to be honest, just leave a key like in your carpet and like tell people it's there. Like, if you really don't care. This is the stupidest thing ever. Like, I cannot fathom why they would even think anyone wants to do that. The only place I would maybe even consider doing that to my own house would be in any property in Japan, because the Japanese people like have less crime, so they're less likely to just less likely to steal your own stuff from your house, especially if they're from a legitimate business, because it's gonna make that business look bad, and they don't want to risk that. But even still, um, when it comes to, like, let's say Japanese people, I mean, they're remarkable in many ways. Like, they literally most of the time will not take anything from you, but there's always that one that will. And letting them into your house like that is just gonna cause problems. They're gonna steal things. And then there's the other thing. There's no advantage to that at all. Like, if the package is outside here in Japan, chances of someone stealing it are quite low compared to the U.S. And if I had to use this, let's say, so that I would be less afraid that my package gets stolen, the only reason I would do that is because I live in an area which is kind of already iffy, or kind of, dangerous to be in anyway, so people tend to steal packages. I don't want this, and like, I don't want something that will allow some random guy access to my place who knows that I live in such an area, because the people that probably even deliver your packages in that area are from that area, suggesting that they're more likely to steal your stuff. Like, you're allowing potentially dangerous things to happen to you just by having that thing. I do not see the advantage at all of why anyone would even consider this. I don't see who would really want to use it, except for, like I said, maybe some younger generation people think it's okay because, or some people that don't care that people steal their stuff. There's a market. There's always going to be a market. And I'm pretty sure they might even make a profit off of this thing. But it's not for the general public. The general public will be afraid of this, and with good reason. We don't live in a happy world. We live in a very dangerous world. Like, life is basically about survival for the most part. Like, every day you're trying to survive. So, like, why would you even increase the risk of you having potential danger, like by adding this Amazon thing to your door. It's insane. I would say ultimately it's not that greatly thought out, especially not that commercial. That commercial made it seem like it's for everyone. That commercial is basically putting you in potential danger if you do what it tells you to do in that commercial. So I would watch out. Not to say that it's necessarily misleading. I don't think it is. Like the commercial itself is probably truthful to what you can actually do with the product. Um, it's just that it's a little bit scary. Like they didn't answer what who can access it necessarily. You have to research a whole lot on whether or not this thing's for you. And the commercial kind of makes it seem like you shouldn't even bother. Like everyone that's gonna come is safe. I don't know about that. I really would say like hell no. There's no way. But if Amazon feels confident about it, good for them. Let them try. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it was bad to begin with. They should have just kept it to something where you had control of your Switch and no one else does. So if there's a package coming and you know there's a package coming, or someone rings the doorbell to let a package in, maybe you would press the button to let them in. But I think it's just still even stupid that you would even allow someone access to the inside of your house. Like I was saying, like if someone's delivering a package in a dangerous area, chances are letting your door open for that person is going to lead to the thing that you don't want to happen, which is them access to your house to steal more stuff. Your package is probably not going to be there. So, like, what's the benefit of this? I've known, like, I had friends who lived in Florida, and they had, like, doors you can literally kick in. Like, they were so flimsy. I'm not saying, like, you would actually need to kick in the door to break it, but, like, to the apartment, the door was basically just a cardboard door. You just push it and the lock just pops off. There's no reason for that lock whatsoever. Like I'm pretty sure you've had doors like this in your house where if you just put a little bit of pressure, it pops open. I've seen like my friends have seen apartments in Florida that have this problem, and they literally just press the door and it opens up. These people live in a dangerous area, and the last thing they want to do is have a lock that allows other people to walk in. Because like even when they do, they steal everything. There's nothing to it. Maybe if that was the case, like maybe then like there's no benefit to this lock is what I'm trying to say. Like these people would have seen no benefit, and even these people don't want that. Like this is what you're kind of leading towards with this kind of element. You're leading to people that you cannot trust, you should not trust. Access to your house. Yeah, there's a camera, but I mean, what's the camera gonna do for you? Like once you get into any danger, you're kind of screwed for the most part. Like if they do something really bad to you, all you can do is like sue for damages and stuff, and maybe you can get something. But I'm pretty sure when you buy this thing, you're specifically signing away your right to sue for allowing people to walk into your house because you knowingly allowed them to walk in. Personally, I would never buy this. I think it's a bad idea, and in the only areas I would use it, there's just no benefit in using it. So just leave the package outside. Don't let people into your house. I don't know who in their right mind would even think letting someone into their house is safe. Like, there's reasons why we lock our doors. We don't live in Canada where people leave their doors open. Like, there's a reason why it's locked. Like, if I can lock my door and leave it unlocked, then fine. Then there would be no reason for this lock. But if we need a lock, then this lock itself is useless. Like it actually lets people in. There's no reason for the lock. There's no way again to trust people. If it was a robot, see if we have robot delivery people, this lock will be very useful. But as it stands right now, this lock is only useful for Amazon itself. So you're paying Amazon so that Amazon can resolve itself of losses, basically. Because like when when you get a package, and if that package doesn't get to you or someone steals it from the front of your door, then you can call up Amazon. Chances are they'll ship you the item to you right back. All this does is ensure that you cannot do that because they have proof that the product got to you. They know that you may have this thing at your door, so you may actually have to dial up Amazon and give them some video footage that the product didn't actually arrive. You don't know how Amazon would implement this, especially if it gets really popular. So I would say this thing is very beneficial to Amazon. It's not beneficial to you in any way. Unless, again, like we're talking about robot delivery men, whose chances of stealing stuff is basically none, then maybe it'll be useful. But even then, like you're probably allowing access to other people as well, like government agencies and stuff. You also have to consider legal aspects of this. The legal aspects of this could also entail that, like, since you have allowed people already access to your house, I'm referring to public people instead of like private people. You're allowing the general public to walk into your house in some ways, and there's a way to unlock your door. Then you might technically be allowing other people to do the same thing, even though you don't want that. So you don't know how governments around the world are going to construe this to their own benefit. This is not a good idea. Keep your doors locked. Don't allow strangers into your house, even if they have a legitimate reason to get in. If you're not there, just go through the extra trouble of finding your package somewhere else or having it stolen. It's not worth the benefit of having someone walk in. This video made it cute, like, oh, you can have the house clean before something happens. Like, I don't know, if you didn't prepare for something in advance, then just forget about it. You're risking a whole lot for minimal at best solutions. Like you're not gonna get any benefits, like very minimal benefits here. If your house gets clean, maybe for like in that commercial where your mom comes in, like I don't think your mom would have cared so much anyways that your house was dirty. I think your mom would have preferred that you were alive, for instance. Like you don't know the potential danger this causes. Uh it's really not worth the risk. In my opinion, a slight risk that someone can walk into your house and stay in your house is much worse, and much better to avoid than the minimal benefit of having your packages arrive or having anything in your house stay there. Like it's not worth it. Um, you're not getting your house clean and stuff. Again, it's not worth it if you're not there. I understand if you let some clean people in and you disappear and you come back and you took the risk that they're gonna steal your stuff. That's fine, but it's different when you let like someone like with an Amazon key open your house and walk in. You don't know what they're gonna be doing unless you even if you have tons of cameras all over your house, which I would recommend if you do get this thing. The potential danger is still there, and I would ultimately say it's not worth the risk. I don't know. Again, like all I'm saying, there's a market for it, and I wish Amazon the best success with it. But this thing isn't for me. It's just never gonna be for me. I don't know who's it for. Like if you honestly, if you think this thing is gonna be awesome and life changing, I would really like to hear from you. Like I want to know why would you think this is good for you. Like if just leave me some comments below. Like honestly, I would love to know that. But for the most part, I'm gonna guess that most people are gonna be against this thing. I'm pretty sure like there's a backlash already against it. But again, I don't even think Amazon means this to be for everyone. So personally, I think it's fine. Like at least the technology exists. I don't necessarily like where it's going with it. I don't like the implications of it, but at least I mean someone at least thought something neat like this came to come up. But I think it's already existed in some forms. I think doors that you can unlock through your cell phone kind of exists, and if that's what you want, then that's what you should just get. Like if you have like a camera on it and you just look at it in your smartphone, you see who it is that's on your door and you're willing to let them in because it's a friend or a family member. That's the only people I will let in. Sure, go ahead and do that. That's perfectly fine. But for random deliveries at random times with random strangers coming to your house and delivering those packages, I don't know about that. Just as a heads up, I mean, there was a time when even we were afraid of like taking cars with random strangers, but now that Uber allows us to do this thing, we kind of seem to be okay just because it's associated with Uber. Maybe that was the logic they were thinking, since this is associated with Amazon, we'll be okay with letting a stranger walk into our house. Maybe. I mean, it could always like 5 years from now, this could be everywhere, and like everyone just loves the hell out of it and uses it to like to all ends. But personally, to me, I would still say it's not worth the risk. It's definitely not worth the risk. There's so many implications abound on it, like so many things that could go wrong, and so much that you're risking that it's just simply not worth it. At least not for me, or in my opinion. Guys, that's everything for today. I hope you have a good day, and signing out. Bye.